In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the strategies that has helped me make multiple six figures per month in my business, the MRR agency. Now, this video does not guarantee that you're going to make multiple six figures per month. However, I'm going to show you the whole strategy and pretty much everything that we tried in 2025 to grow the business. Now, what I will say is that some of this didn't work, some of it did work. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but I do want to show you the whole idea. And the purpose really that you'll have at the end of this video is to broaden your horizons, to really see what it takes to grow a business to multiple six figures, in the hope that you go, okay, I'm going to focus on this right now, I'm going to focus on that later, and those other things can go to the Q3, Q4 of 2026. So let's get stuck in. So first thing to think about when I look at your marketing or your own marketing or any business, you need to think about the top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom of funnel. So before we go into the juicy tactics, I want to highlight this. So whenever I assess my business or a client's business, we have to understand, like, where is the breakage in the pipeline in terms of an individual coming into your world and paying you money? Is it the top of the funnel? So, if you've got plenty of testimonials, case studies, and a solid offer, but no one left to DM or book calls, it's not a sales problem, it's a top of funnel problem. You need new eyeballs. Middle of funnel problem. If you're getting attention, but people aren't engaging, trusting your stuff, or booking calls, you don't have a sales problem. You've got a middle of funnel problem. So you need to spend time building belief and authority. And lastly, bottom of funnel problem. So if you've got attention and people are saying they're interested, but they're ghosting, stalling, or not closing, it's not a lead problem, it's a bottom of funnel problem. You need tighter appointment setting and a better sales process. So what you'll find is at any given point in your business, you'll be struggling with one, two, or all three. And sometimes businesses come to me and they say, I can't convert clients, I can't get sales. And you have to go all the way back to the start, which is, okay, how do people find out who you are? Like, how do they even know you exist? And you start there, then you work your way through. So on this board here, I'm showing you kind of from left to right for our benefit, top of funnel, which is, here's our Instagram profile, here's the pieces of content that we're posting, all the way through to the conversion mechanisms to actually make the money. Okay, so first things first, we look at short form content, and this is how I kind of see it here. You've got attention, middle of funnel builds authority and trust, and then bottom of funnel is conversion and closing. So you can see here all the different types of posts that you would do for top of funnel. So the goal is to get strangers to notice you and stop scrolling. Bold, disruptive, what the F is this guy talking about kind of energy. Types of content is pattern interrupts, problem agitators, polarizing opinions, story snippets, entertaining education, so edutainment. So for me, that's the kind of way that I want to come across in our marketing, is those things. So I would have that there. For you, you want to look at how you want to get attention. It might not be for you to be disruptive, agitate problems. It might not be your style. So you want to kind of think scroll stoppers and move people from never heard of you to this guy's different, I want to see more. Then we move to middle of funnel, like I say here. And I always just put this stuff, even though I know this, whenever I'm creating a marketing strategy for myself, it needs to be top of mind. I need to be reminded how to break down each marketing. What you'll find with some businesses is they're really, really good at getting attention, but they can't convert people or build trust. Think of coaches who do a lot of recipes and stuff. They're great at creating viral recipes. But if they don't, really push their coaching skills to the limit and learn more about coaching and get amazing client results, people won't trust them. They'll just see you as the person that they can get a recipe from. And then, there's some great coaches out there who are really good authority, but they hate content. They don't like posting on social media. And they, if you're running an online business, you're going to struggle. And then we go to conversion and closing, the bottom of the funnel. So some people are just hard at saying, I'm looking for these people, buy my program. They're big on that. And maybe they go too hard on that, and so no one trusts them. So can you see how you have to kind of get this balance right? And sometimes in your business career, you'll just get better at one, you'll just drift towards one. So it's an easy diagnosis. Before I go into the rest of the stuff, just actually ask yourself, like, look at your last 12 posts, 20 posts, and go, is that for attention? Or was that to build trust? Or was that conversion and closing? Because honestly, if you're going to post 12 pieces of content this week, just post 4 of each and you'll be in a good place. And I'm going to show you exact examples here, okay? So here you can see mine here. This is kind of top of funnel post that I've done. Now, one thing to know about top of funnel, if you go on your discovery page on Instagram, what is the algorithm showing you? It's showing you content that they think you'll like, but it's also showing you outlier content. It's showing you content that performs well. They've gone semi-viral, or at least they've been pushed to the discovery page, the non-follower page. And more often than not all the time, it will never be branded content. If it is branded content, it will be a really well put together thing that has just somehow caught off, right? Typically, it looks like this sort of stuff. You'll see it. It's kind of text only. There's not really any brand on it. So you'll see here, like, one of the things we do is help our clients build lifestyle empires. And you can see here, I'm in Spain. It's a scenic kind of area. And I've just put point of view, you're building a lifestyle empire. Now, that's not the image. It's actually a video here. But you can see here, this is the type of thing that, you know, you would watch and listen and go, where is he? Like, what's that style? Is it going to get me to someone go, oh, he's the man to help me? Definitely not. But it could get someone to be like, oh, what's this page? This is interesting. You know, I'm looking at that. And then they find you. Okay. So you can't just post that content. The type of people who post that content are influencers and stuff where they just want attention. And yeah, they might make some money, but they don't build a substantial business. Okay. You can see here, low count reps for Monster. If I woke up with 0 clients, here's what I'd do. Now, this is like, it's not branded really, but it's like, it's still got a text hook there. And it's got a kind of funny visual of me sitting there, you know, well, count reps for Monster. That's on the mrragents.com website if you want to watch the full video. And then you can see other stuff here. So, you know, you can see kind of text only posts here where I'm just sharing my opinion. I'm still talking about MRR, but I'm like breaking it down in a kind of way. I'm giving my personal opinion. And look, part of this is playing the game here. When you post an Instagram reel and it's a video with hundreds of text and it's 4 seconds long, it gets counted as a view. People read it and that's multiple views. So the Instagram algorithm goes, oh, people like this, push it out. Now, is it going to change someone's life? Is it going to get them closer to their goal? No. But it's playing the game of top of funnel content, okay? Then we come down here and we're just having a bit of a laugh here. Build a business, they said, it'll be fun, they said. Now I'm on my 4th breakdown, it's only Wednesday. And you can see me just randomly sitting on a chair out at the MRR Agency retreat, okay? That's a couple of examples. Just a note here as well, remember, don't try and reinvent the wheel, especially from the format perspective. What works, works. So we come into middle of funnel here, and this is what like great coaches are good at. They're good at, you know, sharing the wisdom, sharing their strategies, sharing their tactics, showcasing their results. Now, one thing I want to point out here, middle of funnel content doesn't win any awards. Like, it's not going to go viral. You're very much like talking about your clients. You're talking about results. And in the fitness space, if you post a client transformation now, it very seldom gets many likes because it's just a client result. People now see it as, oh, there's someone pushing a result and, you know, they're going to sell to me soon. So middle of funnel content doesn't win any reach awards or massive likes awards, but they're the most potent. I'd say they're the best. Obviously, bottom of funnels when you're selling and converting, but this is the stuff that really gets people to buy into your mission. So if it, you know, very much MRR here, that's where I push MRR. That's where I show my perspective. I show my point of view whilst telling you the, you know, the mechanisms, the ads that we run for our clients, all that sort of stuff. Okay. And of course, that you still want to get creative with it. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to go on the discovery page, but you still want to get creative with middle of funnel content. So you can see here 3K to 18K, 117 members, you know, and even some stuff like this. Welcome to the only business system that gives you both more freedom and more profit. So this is about educating them on our processes. Now we're slowly seeding in who we are. And it would seem you actually say it out loud, the whole process. It seems very simple if I just go from post to post here. So point of view, you build a lifestyle empire. What's this? And then you follow me. And it's like, oh, welcome to the only business system that gives you both. So you can see how it transitions in, okay? And you might be sitting there right now and thinking, I do a lot of top of funnel, or I do a lot of middle of funnel graphics and carousels and, you know, my own brand, and it's a bit too much, maybe. Or you might be bottom of funnel heavy, which we'll cover right now. So bottom of funnel is really kind of, they're a little bit similar, but if you look at here, you know, you can see here I'm doing a This is a board here where I'm showing my clients. It's a client testimonial, but I've done it in a little bit of a creative way. I'm now talking about my client here who's got this result. Matt here, who's given us a testimonial. So this is very much bottom of the funnel. Matt's telling us how great the service has been. And if you watch that and you see yourself in Matt and you think that's similar to me, then you're likely to buy. Again, client testimonials are not going anywhere near the discovery page because Instagram won't push them because people just see it and they don't care about the story unless they really care, and that's what matters. You can see here Vander's result, and now Rory's result here as well. So these are the bottom of the funnel ones. What I haven't included here is you just being like, I'm looking for 5 clients that want to transform their life. Boom. Like that's another bottom of the funnel post. Okay. So hopefully that gives you an understanding of the types of content. That's the only 3 buckets that they fall into. So ask yourself that as you go through when you look at your marketing right now and to plan for the next stage. So another thing to look at here, one of the best things about Instagram now is like if you want to plan content and you want to look on the discovery page, just type in the word. So to show you here, like if I wanted to get more online coaches in my program, I've typed in online coach to Reels here. And now what I'm seeing is typically, not all of them, but these are some of the outlier performing content. You can see this one hasn't done that well, it's at 2,000, but you can see this one's at 3 million. You can see this one's 20K, and it kind of comes down like that. Now, what I can learn from this is go, right, well, how did these things work? Now, this one's Ashton Hall, so I don't need to worry about that. Ashton Hall copycat. How do I know if I can be an online fitness coach? You can see that text hook. I don't know how well that performed because I've cut it off. But just to show you like how you can research it and go, oh, that's top of funnel. I'm going to take inspiration from that. So let's say, for example, you helped, high-end corporate managers or CEOs and stuff. Type in CEO and just scroll and find content that's worked well with CEOs. You can see here this one here, 1.8 million views. I asked ChatGPT, act as my personal business coach and help me create a comprehensive plan to generate over 100K online. Now, how can I take inspiration from that? Well, right now I can just sit on my laptop, I asked ChatGPT, act as my personal business coach or act as a fitness coach and help me get a 6-pack by, summer. Here was the results. So whatever your business is, whatever the desire of your clients is, you can see here, and that's just from learning what works. Remember my point up here. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. What works, works. Okay? And then more research is obviously, you just go into the search bar here on Instagram. And then for me, if I want to attract more gym owners, I'd be like, right, what posts are doing the best? And you can see this is one of mine here. And I'd be looking and going, right, okay, which post is working for gym owners? And I can repurpose and I could figure it out. Okay. So that is the research that goes into it. Go and do yourself a favor and just find what works and make it work for you. So now we're moving into sort of strategies here. And I want to show you this. I've covered this in another video, but this is like how to short form content to attract clients. I'm going to release a lead magnet. Seasonal launch. I'm going to launch in seasons. I'm going to run ads. I can use an offer doc to sell to people, or I'll book them a call. I'm going to sell them MRR subscriptions, or I'm going to sell them high ticket. So very quick, you can watch that video if you want. But here's examples of micromagnet, right, with a lead magnet. So you can see me using a personal funny image. And I'm just like, here's how I train ChatGPT to sound exactly like me. So I can post 30 times a month and script authentic ads and record podcasts. Effort. To celebrate the launch of Fitness Ads AI, I'm giving away 12 custom AI tools for coaches worth pounds for free. And this is a carousel where you keep swiping. PTs need to stop acting like online coaches because filling your personal training diary is actually very simple. Boom, boom, boom. Now, what these are, I can do them 1 to twice a week. These are keywords. If I can write this, just write KW. These are keywords, meaning that, when someone gets to the end, they have to they comment a word and they get the free training. Okay. So that's examples of lead magnets that you can do 1 to 2 times per week. What I've found with these is, see, just personal images like this, but make it business. They work the best. I've tried really, really high-end carousels and they don't work as well, at least for my market. So you could test your own. You can see here, this is when I had the gym. I'll be honest, you'll probably find a podcast where I'm slagging off group personal training. So you can see, you don't even think I'm going to give you a lead magnet here. That's the key here with some of them. Like the first slide shouldn't feel like a lead magnet. It should feel like a disruptive way of communicating. Okay, so that's the lead magnet. Then we have the seasonal operating system. So this is just where you look at your year and you go, well, when's the busiest times in our market? And I just plan for it. So if you look at January all the way through to December, and you just think to yourself, okay, when can I peak a seasonal launch? When's the busiest point? And you just go all in, okay? And then we come down here. Here's the sort of meta ads that we're going to run. So in this particular marketing month that we looked at, these were the ads that we were running. So I've screenshotted them, put them here, and I'm looking at it from the perspective of zooming out and going, will these work? What's the difference? How does it all fit in with the rest of the stuff? And you can see here, these are all text-based images that I made. And then they all lead to book a call. And then you can see here another strategy is just boosting versus via Instagram desktop. Now you do it via desktop so that you don't get charged all the extra app charges that you do on your phone. I wouldn't recommend boosting long term, but every now and again, if you've got some budget, boosting can work with certain posts that Instagram have just loved. So this post, for example, here done really, really well. I got over 400 followers from it. The reason that being it's quite generic, it's kind of like, oh, never post on Instagram until you do these 3 things. Now, again, another caveat to this is like I got over 400 followers from the reel, but it was quite a lot of them were people who just wanted to know how to post on Instagram. That's not really my market. So there's a lesson in that. Like it was great for a result, but it was very much like people who just wanted to post. So looking back, what I could do is keep the hook, but like make it more specific to my market as well so I can benefit. Okay. Now, coming up here, you can create an offer doc for conversions. I wouldn't do this unless you're at a really good income per month and you've got a really good selling process and you've done hundreds of sales calls and you know what you're doing. But you've got an offer doc where somebody doesn't have to go on a sales call. You just send them the offer doc. So that just shows you a preview of it. And then the chat to call system, like when someone DMs, what happens with the process? How do you chat to them? All of that good stuff. And then, having a goal. So 3 to 5 demos booked per week, 10 offer docs sent out, for example. So you can see here in the yellow, everything that we're trying to do here has a KPI towards it, right? Next up, we have long form. So what's the strategy with long form? Well, for me in this particular month, it was 2 uploads per week. And then where are we taking everybody from YouTube? Well, I want to take them straight to this waiting list form at the time. So it's just a simple waiting list form and we've got results underneath it. Okay, like that. And a big signature video as well. Then moving on, we have the appointment engine. So let's say I'm not taking people to the offer doc. I'm actually taking them to here where they fill in the waiting list. It's like, okay, what happens when they join the waiting list? Well, we contact them via an Instagram DM and we either get them on a sales call or we give them the offer doc, whatever we prefer if they're a fit. And then emails. So how are we using emails to complement all the other strategies? Well, 3 emails per week, YouTube, micromagnet, email. So this was a really good one for us. Like what we started doing was as soon as we created YouTube videos, send it to your list on email. One thing, a little tip for you, when you're sending out a YouTube video to your email list, don't make out it's a YouTube video. What we used to do is, I used to say, oh, I filmed this new YouTube video, go and watch it. It's kind of like, YouTube, you're telling me go on YouTube. Instead, actually sell the outcome of the video, sell the point of the video. Hey, I just filmed this video and it does these 3 things for this type of person. If that's you, I think you should watch it. And it works so well. So as soon as you do a YouTube video, get it posted, get it emailed out to your list. And then, value-based. Coming down here, emails. So what we want to do with emails, excuse me, is whenever we create a middle of funnel result or bottom of funnel, send out an email. Just tell the story a bit more. So for example, you've got Nick's post here. It went from 3K to 18K. Even your caption on Instagram for me telling the story of Nick, put it in an email, have a good subject line, and that's you. So just have those little cues when you're doing it because you want to squeeze out as much juice as possible from the content that you're creating. So many people create different content for different platforms and it's just a waste of your time. So just showing you an example of the email here. Hey, this week was intense. We did this, we did that. And this is the 3rd type of email. So email 1 is the YouTube videos. Email 2 of the week is going to be middle of funnel results, client case studies. And email 3 is just me telling about how my weeks went. giving people FOMO that, our clients are doing this and you're not. Social proof, call to action. Just getting people excited so that you're not just going, here's a free training, here's how good our clients are. Break it up and give people value, tell stories. That's a good mix with 3 emails per week. Okay, so then you have your offers that you provide these people. So I want you to. I know this could seem overwhelming for some people watching this, but can you hopefully see now that when you zoom out, and if I was sick, someone in the team could take over this, because there's a flow, there's a structure to it, and you might just be a one-person band, and that's cool. But I want you to really start thinking bigger. Okay, I want you to start to think in 2026 about it's Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Think in 3 months, and go. This is going to be our marketing. No matter what, we're not going to change it. We're going to push it. This is the strategy. We're going to push this on emails. We're going to push this on Instagram. We're going to push this on YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever your channels are, and just go all in. If you look at it and you feel that's unsustainable and you're going to be spread too thin, cut some down. Stick to your strongest platform. And this is how real businesses operate. We did this. I could do another video on the lessons from it. Quite a lot of stuff worked. Quite a lot didn't, because you sit down in theory and you always think the market changes and maybe you misread certain situations. But to end this video here, I would always just say to you, stick to the data, stick to what's actually working, because you'll get emotional. You'll post a bottom of funnel post and no one will respond or not get likes. Wait to the end of the 30 days, read the data, make little tweaks, not loads, and then wait to the end of the 90 days and go, okay, what did we learn here? We have enough information. What worked? What can we stop doing, and what can we actually turn the dial up on? Because that's business for you. Business is all about how you can just turn the dial up on the things that are working instead of trying to rewrite fancy new tactics and strategies. Okay, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. The other video that I referenced, I will link here. Go and enjoy that video, and I'll see you in the next video.